Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I'm coming to you guys with a new segment here on my channel that I don't know the name of yet. I've been going through a plethora of names and I'm trying to make it fit. I might just bring it to you guys whenever I talk about it in my next video, and then we can, think about the title. But overall, what I'm trying to do here is I've come up with this idea. I don't know if anybody else is doing this on YouTube. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm the first one that thought of it, but I didn't research it and it came to my mind, and so that's basically what I want to share with you guys. So here on my channel, right, my YouTube is called Whitney Script. I have a podcast called Etching Scripts 101, and I have a platform here where I give advice called A Writer's Scope. So what do you think is the theme of all three of those names? Your girl loves to write. Your girl loves to share her story. Your girl loves to be a creative. And so because of that, I was just thinking one night, when I couldn't sleep, I was like, why don't I give someone else the opportunity to share their story in more ways than one? So while we share our story through advice, what if we just have a segment here where we get creative and we just share some of our short stories, some of our long stories, just some of our stories, bitch, and just take it from there. So I might make a new email or I might not. I don't know if I should keep it at writersoneworld@gmail.com because that's mainly for advice. But once we come up with the name, then I'll probably create another email because that might just get too convoluted. So with that being said, if you are interested in sending me some of your stories so that I can read here on my platform first, I guess initially let's start sending it to the writersoneworld@gmail.com until we think of a name. You guys leave it down in the comments below what name you think we should title this segment where we share each other's stories, okay? And when I'm talking about stories, I'm not necessarily meaning story times. I'm talking about mainly like you are a writer yourself and you've been writing a whole bunch of short stories, whatever it is, novels, etc., comics, dope. Whatever you want to share with me, I am willing to read to everybody else. If you're afraid that someone might steal your story, I initially want everyone to be anonymous, but if you want to have your name put on here, then I definitely will do that so nobody can steal your story. And there will also be receipts. So I'm going to keep every last one of you guys' stories just in case someone copyrights it. And so if you ever need me to pull up the receipts and to basically backtrack where it initially came from, don't worry about it, I got you. So I'm going to keep every last one of it until my Gmail gets full, pretty much, because after that there's really nothing I can do. So I don't know, I think I'm rambling right now, but I just think it's imperative for me to be an example. What I'm about to read to you guys is what I titled The Man Who Walked the Earth. And this could date back all the way to, let's see. I don't have to do all of this, unless you want me to give an introduction to your story, but basically what I want to give the introduction. And I wrote this back in 2019. Which is interesting. I don't know if I did actually do that, but this is just going to be a little short segment. And I don't know, I think I'm going to make this be a two-parter because the initial story that I was going to read is a little bit longer than this one, but I don't have that much time right now, but I want to be able to get something out. All right, it's on, and this is how we're going to do it. I might change up the scenery, but because I want to get the ambiance right. So let's just blindly read what I have in front of me. Okay. The Man Who Walked the Earth. I stared at the garden as if it was a place that I have ever known, a place that calls my name and holds the true beginning of all these people. I stare at this garden and attempt to see what it once was. Maybe, as I walk through the decadence of ashes, I may see what we all were supposed to be. The tempest trees grow in my imagination and the budding fruits peel from the branches. I watch as the grass returns to its glorious state. The animals peer from around each corner. There's only one thing missing: hope. Saturday night comes around and there are multitudes of people squeezing into this tiny bar. The most famous local band is on tonight and everyone is excited to see, yet again, another mind-blaring and about C+ rating good music. The night becomes crowded and this soon-to-be gin and tonic is about to get ruined by the college student nightlife. I could never get accustomed to the lifestyle of the students. Everything was rowdy and ununiformed, but I guess that's what you get with underage drinkers. I pay for my tab, tip the bartender, and leave just as a group of young girls who all looked alike raged on in. That was a problem for me. I could never tell when the right time was to leave and to gauge my battles. As I exit the bar, I catch my sly view and continue with my night. Bill Street was always and has always been alive. The night air smells of booze, throw up, and body odor. I sense the vibrations of all the different music, and I think to myself, how did I get here? And then I remembered. My body grew warm with the sensational aroma of the nightlife, grew, and I could feel myself reveling in the sin. I am no longer my brother's keeper. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. That is a little bit of something that I wrote back in the day. I honestly don't know where I was going with that. It might have been like a different perspective to a story that I'm writing. And so you guys will probably see that later on. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you guys for joining me with this little bit of, this isn't a little bit, this is a bit of coming into my personal life and being vulnerable. So if you guys again are interested in sharing your story with me, put it in the subject title, the title of your book, and also say, like that this is a story that I want you to read. Put that in the subject, and so that way I can know until we figure out what to name this. So thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. And then we probably should think of another outing too, because what if we found something different where it's kind of like, and it fades. I don't know. I'm big into spoken word. So it can literally be anything. It doesn't have to be just stories. It can be spoken word. It can be your poetry. It can be lyrics. It can be songs. I think that's something more for live, mainly like songs, but I can read the lyrics. Why not? Right. But I don't want you sending a recording because I'm not going to put it on here. But if you want to send a recording to me of how the song would go, then that's cool too. So thank you guys again for joining me. We're going to find a different outro for this segment, and I hope to see you next time.